Welcome to Focus in the Noise. Let's talk real conversations, real experiences, no shortcuts.
You're watching Focus in the Noise with Ed Newby, live on location out in the middle of a service truck out in the middle of nowhere in Houston, Texas. I decided to do today's episode. Today I want to talk to you about what motivates you. What motivates you to get up when you're sick, when you're tired, and get up and do the thing. So often do I hear, hey, I can't come in today, my truck's broken. Well, the last time I looked, the last time I figured, sitting at home, worrying about whatever's going on today, isn't fixing what's going on today, okay? Getting to work, putting your hours in, putting your time in, trading your time for money. We have careers, we have other objects, obviously, besides money, but I don't know about you, but today and every day I go to work so I can make money. And I use that money for things like my children, feeding my family, paying my bills. So I'm not knocking anybody that calls in sick. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of days where I'm like too sick to come in and I'm not going to get everybody sick. So this is not a, preaching moment where you can't be sick. But something's got to motivate you. Is it the lady or the husband that you got married to? Do they motivate you? Do you look over and you see 2 or 3 kids that are getting ready for baseball, or we got baseball practice tonight? They got all these things. Those things cost money. I'm sorry, we're here to trade our time for money to do the things that we need to do, the things that we want to do. It's not just for the day-to-day chores. It's for saving. It is for generational wealth. It's for putting back for a rainy day. It's for vacations, for whatever it is. Let that motivate you. There's a fantastic speech I encourage you to listen to. I don't know it word for word, but I will repeat it. It says, today if you can fly, fly. Fly above the fear, fly above everything else. And if you can't fly, run. Run when your legs are tired. Run when you're sore. If you feel like you can't run, walk. Walk through the fear, the anxiety, the stresses of whatever's holding you back. If you can't walk, crawl. Crawl through it all. Crawl through the noise. Crawl, whatever you got to do. But what you can't do is stop. Don't stop. Don't quit. Because it's all measured on moving forward. And one step forward is a step away from defeat. So I love that one. Don't know it word for word, but I wanted to share it with you. Other motivators. Gosh, there are so many motivational speakers I listen to. Eric Thomas is absolutely one of my favorite people on earth to listen to. There's days where I don't want to do nothing. Find your Eric Thomas. Find that person that has those reels that are like, man, what are you doing? Quitters don't quit. Rehab is for quitters. My dad used to wear a shirt that said that. Highly inappropriate, but it's stuff like that. Find your why. If you're a 365-day business, get up 365 days. That's what it takes. I tell my kids this all the time. I tell my son-in-law, Colin, who's a plumber here at my company, your kids are supposed to miss you. Okay? Hold on to that for just a minute. Mom, Dad, your kids have to miss you sometimes because you're out doing the things that get it done. We have to hunt. If we hunt in January, we eat in January. It doesn't work that way. We've got to hunt January, February, March. We got to hunt every day. We got to get out there and grind for the winter, for the spring, whatever it is. You got to get out there and do the thing. I had a guy tell me the other day, I can't come into work today because my truck broke down. Man, I feel you. Been there 100 times. You're talking to a guy that has 15 service trucks, and each service truck has 4 tires, and they've got 8 spark plugs apiece, 2 windshield wipers, you name it. I know all about broken down stuff. But I just want to say, calling in sick, not showing up, staying home, worrying about whatever the problem is, you got to find out what is actually motivates you and get it done. You come to work, you get paid, you fix those things, and you move on. And if you can't, you have to ask for help sometimes. You got to ask for a ride. You got to do things that are uncomfortable. But I can tell you from My 49 years of experience, I did not get anything or anywhere by not doing the hard things. Okay? Hard things is where it's at. It's where it makes the difference of you achieving what you're trying to do or just trying things. Back to motivation. I can't remember exactly when, maybe 2008. When I first met my wife, Sarah, I didn't have a whole lot going for me, if you can believe in that. Kind of undecided on what I was going to do, what I was going to be when I grew up. And she just took a little bit of faith and made me kind of do a self-inventory of what am I capable of? So not what I'm doing or what I've done, what my history was, but what am I capable of doing? Think about that for a minute. Not everybody, most people don't wake up instantly successful, wealthy, wise, and all that. It takes time doing the hard things. They say diamonds are made under pressure. It's very true. But find out what your why is. Why do you get up every day, and why do you have a job? Are you trying to move into a bigger place? Are you trying to get married? Are you trying to create a place for your grandkids to come and stay with you and come visit? Do you have multiple kids? Do you have a lot of grandkids? Do you have folks staying with you? What's your why? Remember to get up every day, look in the mirror, and be your biggest fan. Sometimes what we end up doing to ourselves is put a ceiling on what we're able to do. That's the van ceiling. I'm way better than that. I got bigger things to do. I'm here trying to motivate you. That's a big thing for me. Am I a public speaker? No. Do I have wonderful etiquette training and talking? No. I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to be me. And I ask that people love me for who I am and what I am. And if you don't, turn it off. Skip. Go to the next guy. Go to the next lady and listen to what they have to say. You're not going to hear, it's cool to just chill. Maybe it's a generational thing. Maybe I'm just an old guy. But I'm not going to tell you, you can't be sick. But don't be sick. You're not dead yet. The plan for you is not gone, right? You're still above ground. You're still breathing. You still have it to do. Find your motivation, though, and be your own inspiration. In the 8th grade, in Daytona Beach, Florida, where I went to middle school and high school, I had an English teacher, and he was a pastor, Reverend Father Grosso. Never forget him. I don't know why 8th grade English teachers always inspire people, but when you get on some service things or just different podcasts, there's always a teacher, right, that has said something to you that, like, okay. He told me to champion my own cause. And he always called you Mr. or Mrs. such and such. So, Mr. Newbie, what do you want to do? And I'm like, Father, I want to lead the world. He's like, well, guess what, bud? You're going to have to champion your own cause. And it took me a while to figure out what that meant. Today, this, hits me all the time. And it's one of my favorite things to go back on. You got to be able to be your own cheerleader. Quit being your own doubter. You can doubt. You can have worry. You can be nervous. You could be scared. One of my other favorite people in life told me one day when I was working on Operation Snowstorm, and we'll talk a lot about Operation Snowstorm. It's so dear to my heart. And one day I tried to figure out, how am I going to make a charity grow? I've got all these wonderful people with us. How are we going to do it? And we had done a snow party for her grandson. Sorry for the wiggling. And she referred back to the Bible, which I didn't have any experience in. And she said, he equips the called. I don't know, and I'm sure, hopefully she's watching and listening. That meant so much to me, and it changed the trajectory for me on how I think. If you've got a good cause, it doesn't have to be what I'm doing, but whatever you're doing, just have faith. Have faith that he does equip the called, right? I want to do snow parties for terminal cancer kids in Houston, Texas, and I've done it since 2014 with my family and some friends that have been with us for a long time. Our organization has helped thousands of kiddos, whether it's child themselves or the brothers. I'll tell you, in the cancer world, oftentimes those kids are not pushed to the side, but they interrupted in a way that you can never, think about. They had dreams too. They wanted to play softball, and they wanted to volleyball, and grandparents have to take them because mom and dad are at the hospital with the kids, and it's such a tragic thing to have to deal with and go through. But he equips the called. He makes things possible. I'm not going to go down a whole rabbit hole and things, and I'm not going to say I'm the person that you would get your faith from. I've learned faith out in the field, out in the real world. But champion your own cause, right? Stop putting a ceiling on yourself. Stop saying what you can't do, and find 3 things that you can do and live on that. Breathe on that and be inspired by that. Your biggest inspiration is in the mirror, right? Look into yourself. Take inventory. You're created to be just as fantastic as anybody else. You matter, are important. Yeah, things are happening to you. I can get it. I understand. There's all kind of bad, right? But you're strong and you can handle it and you can do it. Champion your own cause. That's some advice from me today. I hope that it has helped you at least think about things, put things in perspective, and just understand that today is a gift. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. Yesterday was a blessing. Spend time with family. Spend time working on you. Self-reflect. Put something out there. You don't dance. But what you can't do is make excuses on why you can't. Stop doing that to yourself. Do you have a child that wants to be something when he or she grows up? Are you holding that back? Are you saying the way it should be? Are you telling them what the path should be for them? How do you know what the path for them is? I'm not saying let them run wild, but inspire them to dream. But dreamers gotta sleep. The world is built around dreamers and doers, and there's so many different things. Dream. Don't be afraid to dream, and don't be afraid to encourage somebody else. Because if it wasn't for the encouragement of my wife telling me to take a deep dive and looking into myself, I don't know. Because she got me at a time where I didn't believe in myself. I am my biggest fan right now. I don't know why I said that. That's terrible. I'm proud of my achievements. I'm proud of where I'm at. I'm really proud of where I'm going because I learned to think big, 10x it. A cheap plug for Grant Cardone. I read his book. I want to talk to you about reading later too. Amazing story about a guy that can't read and figured out a way that he can read. That's a whole other episode, so stay tuned for that. But 10x things. If you want to make $100, shoot for 1,000. Right? Don't put blinders on. Don't put ceilings on. Don't put walls up. You can do this. You just got to believe. And it's not all on belief. Sometimes it's getting out there when the cards are stacked against you, and it's not meant for you to survive. It's not meant for you to succeed. It's not meant for you. It's not designed for you to do well. Kick down the wall. Who cares? And if you fail, guess what? If you don't fail, you're not trying hard enough. So many things come from failure. I don't fail. I don't lose. I learn. Okay? No truer word spoken. Thank you for joining me today in the van. I hope you have a blessed day, and thank you for watching Focus in the Noise.